Alright, so some substances can actually form special compounds when they're dissolved in water. And these compounds are called either acids or bases. So acids are generally substances that release hydrogen atoms when they dissolve in water. So, there we go. So that leads to a high hydrogen ion concentration. And as an ion, hydrogen is written as H+. Okay, so you get a high H+ concentration. It means that you're going to have a pH less than 7. So pH is a scale that measures the hydrogen concentration. Now, if you took physical science with me last year, you probably remember doing this calculation. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that in this class, but pH is just a measure by which scientists can determine how concentrated the hydrogen ions are in the solution. So acidic concentrations are pH 0 to 6. Okay, so 0 is the most acidic, with 6 being only slightly acidic. Stomach acid is a pretty common acid that you'll see. It has a pH about 2. Okay, so it is relatively acidic. That is why your throat burns whenever you throw up. Okay, it's because some of that stomach acid is coming up, and so that burns the lining in your throat. Okay, I know, it's lovely, isn't it? Coffee has a pH of about 4. Okay, so those are some pretty common acids that you'll see. A base is a substance that removes hydrogen ions from a solution. Okay, so oftentimes you will see these with hydroxide ions, so it's an OH minus. Okay, so you'll have low hydrogen ion concentrations, and it's also going to have a pH greater than 7. Okay, so bile, which is actually a digestive juice, it has a pH somewhere between 8 and 9. Soap is on this as well. So is bleach. Bleach is more around a 12, I believe. Okay, so yeah, basically a lot of people talk about acids and how they can burn you, all of that. I don't think a lot of people realize that bases can actually do the same thing. You can get a base burn just like you can get an acid burn. It's just that strong bases are a lot rarer than strong acids. Okay, so you're not going to encounter as many bases that can actually give you a base burn as you will acids that can burn you. Alright, so then 7 is kind of the break point between the two. So pH scale goes from 0 to 14. So 7 is right in the middle there. That is what's known as a neutral solution. So pure water is actually at a pH of 7. Okay, so this diagram here is showing you the concentration of hydrogen ions. So you have a high concentration when your pH is low, and then a low concentration when your pH is high. And then right in the middle, you've got your pH 7, which is neutral. Okay, so this is not looking at the hydroxide ions. Generally, there are also hydroxide ions in the solution. If you remember me talking about this last year, I also said that you do have another scale that is almost identical to the pH scale, except it measures the hydroxide ions. So it's the POH scale. Okay, don't use it as much. Again, strong bases are not as common as strong acids, so most of the focus is on acids. Okay, so this is what I talked about, like when we were talking about homeostasis and your blood pH levels have to be within a certain range. Okay, so this is the pH level. If you have too much acid in your blood, it will actually start burning your blood vessels. Okay, so thankfully your body has some really good systems for keeping that in check. It also doesn't allow it to get too basic, okay? Not even when it's pumpkin spice season. There's a pun. Hope y'all got it. Yeah. Anyway, so, okay, so, with acids and bases, if you actually mix an acid and a base, you can do what's called neutralize the two, okay? So you mix an acid and a base together, and you're going to end up getting water out of it, okay? Water and a salt. So basically the way to get rid of an acid is to add a base. So they are kind of the anti each other, okay? Let's see. Yep, so that is it for this section.